if you really enjoy Ace Combat 7 and you want to have a similar experience with a different game, Project Wingman is a must. Like, you really have to check out this game. So in this video, I'm gonna go over what Project Wingman is, for those of you who don't know what it is, and also over the news that came on the newsletter today. I'll just be doing a summary because you can read the full thing if you want. The link will be in the description, as well as the link for the Steam page. The game hasn't been available yet, okay, just letting you know. And also for the free demo, in case you wanna try. You should, by the way. So let's get started with the newsletter that was posted today, May the 15th, by RB, who's the main developer of the game. New screenshots, you can see the F-18 with the oil fields, tankers, smoke. Good, I like smoke. Alright, so hello everyone, thank you for your patience. Let's go for the news. The big one is we got the start page for the game. And instead of just going through the here with the little image, I'm gonna go right here. There are some new screenshots never before seen. You're gonna see the trailer of the game, and when it's supposed a VR, VR gameplay. They've been available for some time now. It's pretty cool. But over the screenshots, I think we have never seen this area here. See the Wingman, the HUD's a little bit different from the previous versions. This screenshot was pretty cool, like the F-14 flying over the lava and lightning and the enemy. I don't want to say arsenal birds because they're different, but you know, the little arsenal birds flying around. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of Star Wars, the episode 3, but looks pretty cool. And we have some other screenshots. Remembering that still is a work in progress. You can see the your friend is taxiing or taking off, I suppose. More lava. Lava is always good. By the way, apparently, from what we know so far about the story of the game, it's there's this evil federation that's taking over the natural resources. I suppose lava to power as an energy. I think that's what we know so far. More storm, more lightning. Lightning always good. In case those of you who played Ace Combat 7 and Mission 7, you still have, you know, the PTSD from lightning. You're gonna get those back, I suppose. And new aircraft. It's the not Sukhoi 25 because licensing. So it's not the Sukhoi 25. We'll pick another name for it, I suppose. Cool screenshots. Rain, and that's it. So that's what's available on the Steam page. Link in the description. That's pretty cool. We've been waiting for that. So it's May 2019. When we started the Kickstarter, I put May 2019 as our estimated delivery for the full game. And thinking back on that decision, I was extremely naive to think that I could meet the estimation, considering all the things that need to be done for game development. Unfortunately, if that wasn't obvious, we're gonna miss the ETA. That being said, we're gonna keep working hard on the game, and we can see a realistic release date, and when the game is up to standard, and we'll update on the release of Project Wingman. I mean, we've been waiting for Ace Combat 7 for a long time. I think we got a good patience, and I think it's always a good attitude from the developers, you know, to not push themselves for a crappy game. You know, RB or the people working on Project, take your time. We understand. This is the Kono phrase. Please understand. We understand. Then they go to talk about the developments. The good things, the urban designs. You can see the buildings with the details, and then they just spam the map full of buildings to see how many buildings they can put until the game cannot handle. Or man, this looks so crazy. This is one of the things I always wanted to have, like in a game. It's just like a city full of buildings. It kind of looks like São Paulo to me because there's a lot of buildings there, but pretty cool stuff. And I thought it was interesting. They said that we have plans to include a few sci-fi elements in the cities of Project Wingman to have some kind of vertical variation to introduce some more gameplay elements that can be present in urban areas. So stay tuned. And I think I saw one of these sci-fi things in the screenshots below. They also mentioned a little bit about the takeoffs and landings. We've been working on refining takeoffs and landings and with further testing, we'll be hoping that we can get to the point where there's a really good sense of weight behind the takeoffs and landings in Project Wingman. Eventually, the goal is to have more details on the airfields than what you've seen in Operation Blackout. That's one of the levels that's available on the demo. It's really detailed. You see the airfields, you see the hangars, the taxiways and all, but you have to see. We have some animations of the totally not Sukhoi 25. Well, okay, they call it the SK-25 because licensing again. Let's check that out. There you go. Pretty cool stuff. And with recent addition of the SK-25, I decided to prototype gun pods with community requests to implement them. They are planned to be included in the game from the start, but 8 gun pods mounted at once, who knows, might be fun. I love this. Just because we can do this, does that mean we should? Jesus Christ. Poor people on the ground. By the way, you see this white box because of work in progress, okay. Then they also talk about the color schemes. I think they're still finalizing everything, but there's quite a bit of variety in that. There's a lot of F4s. I think we're gonna have at least 6 for the F-18. I'm not sure if it's 6 for every fighter or but that's more than Ace Combat 7, you know what I mean. Except for the mods, because we have mods now. Interface updates. We've never seen, the briefing screens, but we got a new footage. Again, this is a work in progress. It might be different in the game, but during the briefing, contract execution number 6, Sicario group, Hitman team. We already knew that from the missions that we have so far. Pillars of communications. Task rendezvous with the primary contact from the Independence Force. Sanitize any Federation presence along the route upon rendezvous, and establish a good relationship with the Independence Force. I think there's an elevate. Is that an elevation? Elevation 1,254 meters. Ooh, I can't. Oh, these are the coordinates. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a date. We don't have a date. But yeah, kind of hard to read the numbers. But yeah, looks like they're using Icarus as their software for the briefing, and I suppose that's for the mission. See, yeah, waypoints, Sicario group, rendezvous point. Something I can't read. And interesting, you see these little towers. There's like 2 of them in the map. Interesting, they're kind of highlighted. Radars, I don't know. Interesting. And more stuff. So the new user interface aspect ratio is now confined to 16:9 aspect ratio for easy readability for multi-monitor users and ultra-wide users. So good for you guys. With the ongoing overhaul, it should allow us to use the current interface for the eventual VR menus as well. So more compatibility with monitors. So it's a good thing. And more visual effects. So one of the things we did was add a few more flair to some of the explosions in the game. When a bomb detonates on the ground, it will throw up a considerable amount of soil up in the air. When a bomb detonates in the water, it will throw a shrapnel around and create a giant core splash. It's all about communicating the power of the weapons to the player, and it's something we really want to get it right. Always cool, and they have some screenshots, ships. Yeah, that guy's not doing so good. And they have some videos too. Let's check out. You can see the bombs exploding. I know about bombs on Balkan. So you can see the shrapnel going up and then falling and then staying on the ground. There you go. Explosions. And some miscellaneous screenshots. Let me try to... Can I make it bigger? Can I? It's kind of hard. So F-18, seems like there's some clearing here. I'm not sure if it's a runway or a road. Apparently there's 2. Lots of enemies, allies, ground units. And this one, man, is so cool. Flying over the lava. I'm excited for this. Like, it looks so cool. It's something I've never seen before in a flight shooter game. That's unique by itself. And then we have some, I don't know, I'm not sure if they're tankers or some oil facilities in the sea. The mountains there, the clouds, and the totally not Sukhoi and the Drake in there in the screenshot. Can we go further? And then we have the development woes. So, it's kind of cool that, they explain why the game is delayed, and then they show. I kind of appreciate that. I understand. Let's watch this very cool takeoff. I have to make it big so you guys can see. There you go. Perfect takeoff. In case you didn't see it, he hit the water a few times and bounced. Very cool. So yeah, again, I kind of like that they do show their difficulties they're having, which makes you understand why they are postponing the game. Very cool. So as mentioned in the previous updates, we updated the new Unreal Engine version, which is something that has much more up to date and current. But the upgrade broke the animations of most meshes only if I attempt to update the mesh itself, whether it's for new UVs or geometry edition. So it's not a huge issue, as it is easily fixed by simply re-importing as a completely new object, but this does mean to have full re-implementing the animation data for each haircut. So it's time consuming, but it's doable. They also mentioned that the campaign is going a little bit slow, but it's going. And then for the VR, which will be available in Project Wingman, which is pretty cool. VR implementation development has honestly gone very well, except for one aspect, which is the user interface. The old implementation of user interface in Project Wingman projects the user interface into screen space of a monitor. Unfortunately, this does not play nice when it comes to VR, as VR needs things to be rendered in a 3D space in order to render for both eyes, which the screen space cannot do. So they'll be revamping the user interface for the VR. That's the main obstacle for the VR. And in conclusion, fortunately, for all the development holes we have, it's not catastrophic that would stop the project. It's primarily only things that would take a bit more time to implement. We're constantly polishing and adding more into the game, so development won't stop anytime soon. And hopefully that all gives you an insight of what is currently being developed for Project Wingman. This will be the end for this update. I hope that's what you expected, and see you in the next update. And as always, thank you for your support, RB. That is it. Those are the main points. And there you go. That's the screenshot I was talking about with this mysterious... Is this an antenna, a radar, a huge flag tower? I don't know. But I suppose that's what they were talking about with the sci-fi elements, I suppose. So... things we got new here, we got the totally not Sukhoi 25, I mean the SK-25. We got more screenshots. We got the lava, which was pretty cool, the buildings, the sci-fi things, and we got a little bit more insight on the paint schemes and also the user interface, for the briefing in some of the problems that they're having. But I'm pretty confident they'll deliver, and I think that's the right attitude. Delay the game for as long as it's necessary and finish with a good product. In the end, that's what matters. This is the update. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you want to read the whole thing, the Steam page, or you want to download the game, links will be in the description. As a reminder, Project Wingman is going to be a PC only. It will have a campaign with the story, and also a conquest mode, which works a little bit different, where you go into different levels, different areas. You can buy Wingman, because your mercenary can buy people, and also support aircraft. But Project Wingman is not supposed to have it's not gonna have a multiplayer mode. Okay, that's kind of what you're to expect. And visually, it looks very similar to Ace Combat 7 because it runs on the Unreal Engine. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick news update on Project Wingman. Good job to the team, and I'm really looking forward to the game. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.